So I've seen very few people actually talk about the new PlayStation Portable, or really lack thereof when you actually look at the design of this damn thing. Not that many people have been talking about it, but I think I really need somebody needs to talk about it at the very least. Not just me. I'm not gonna try to act like I'm worth something, but like this design, this entire idea is just extremely dumb. I mean, like the first PSP when it came out in like 2005, at least offered some competition, and that was like the really cool thing about it when it came out back then. You could play like higher level PlayStation games back when, Nintendo was the only one doing Game Boys and they can only do like Pokemon and shit like that. So that was great for them because they actually offered something completely different, something completely new, something that people can have fun with and enjoy. And then they innovated even further with the PS Vita, and we all know the PS Vita didn't do as well as the PSP, which is pretty sad to think about, but at the same time, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. As a matter of fact, knowledge-wise or like time-wise, the PS Vita actually only recently technically died as a console back in 2020 because, well, they were still making games for it, and then 2020 in like May, I don't know, I'm having a screenshot on screen, I think. In like May, it was like, oh, we're gonna stop with making physical copies, and then like later that year, they were like, we're gonna stop making digital games and stuff like that. So now the PS Vita is essentially dead because now there's no new content going forward, no new updates, no nothing like that. So they're not gonna, it's not gonna be around any further. So the PS Vita actually outlived, I think, a couple generations of consoles because I think the PS Vita came out in 2012, 2013, one of those 2 years. So yeah, they beat out actually, I think, PS4. Which is really interesting. That's actually kind of funny. Well, at least the PS Vita actually added a lot more things to like handheld games and stuff like that. The one big game that they kept pushing when it came to the PS Vita was the new Uncharted game that was coming out, where you can like use the back of the PS Vita and like move your fingers around it to like clean dirt and stuff off of like relics and stuff like that. I played that game. That's like the only Uncharted game I actually finished. It was a cool design and it was like slick, and you can like just keep it in your pocket if you're a man. If you're a woman, you have to keep it in your purse, sadly, because men's pockets, my pockets are like, really fucking deep. I don't understand that. Nobody understands that. But it just seems like that PlayStation is just thinking that, oh, we should really copy the Nintendo Switch when it comes to this PlayStation Portable, PlayStation Q, or whatever it's called. Because like in reality, it shouldn't be that big and it shouldn't be that clunky looking. And I know they just showcasing what it will look like. They didn't really say nothing about it, like if they're gonna change it or if it's a prototype or anything like that. Most likely they're gonna change it because if they don't, this entire thing is gonna be a flop. Even if they make it $200, it's already under 400. It's like 300 something right now. That's the projected price. Okay, and then you realize or you read an article saying that, oh, well, this is only gonna be like remote play. So you're gonna have to have a PS5 in order to use it, or that PS5 software on like the PlayStation 4 that is. And then so like it's not even like a standalone console, it's an accessory to the PlayStation 5. Which is just outright dumb. What they should really do is make it its own individual thing in case people wanted to get that instead of having a PlayStation 5, or if they can't find one, or if they can't afford one. Make like a cheaper, more affordable version of it, and you're not gonna have people just get that. People are already getting the PlayStation 5 because they already wanted it. Look, it literally sold the most, I think. Well, not probably out of like Nintendo Switch, but like the newer gen consoles, even though Nintendo Switch isn't all that new. So it's like Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series, whatever the fuck, and then PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 currently is outselling every single one of them. So it's not like that there isn't a market for like another PlayStation Portable, another PlayStation handheld. Just there's like three things that they really need to do when it comes to this so they can actually be successful and actually make them a lot more money. Number one, probably drop the price to be a little bit lower, especially if they don't change the things that I'm about to say. That's number one. Two, you should just outright change the design. The fact that it looks like a Nintendo Switch, a fucking Nintendo Wii, a Steam Deck. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just that it's half of DualSense controllers jammed on each side of it. It's so dumb and so stupid. Also, even then, I didn't forgot to mention this part. The remote play function, it only allows you to have 100 like 1080p, which is like why? I mean, you can't get like a better screen, a better display or anything like that. That doesn't make any sense to me. You can, I mean, I know Sony can literally do better, and they're also releasing earbuds that comes with it. That part actually seems a little interesting. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, that's not here nor there. They need to make it to where the PlayStation Q, new PlayStation handheld game, whatever, just isn't an accessory to the PlayStation 5, meaning that it should have its own standalone games. The console, if it gets redesigned, should have like some built-in features that actually contributes to said game, like they did with the Vita, but make it more expensive. Because again, the only game that I can remember like fully that even has something about like, oh, you can actually use the device itself was said Uncharted game. I mean, like they can add in more motion controls. They can add in tilt controls, which is like the same thing. Like, I mean, like when I say motion controls, I mean like if you ever played Ultimate Alliance on PS3, you know exactly what I mean by that. Or if you play Bloodborne on PS4 or any other like a Dark Souls game or any other Souls-like game, like you hold down X or like you hold down X, you can like shake it to the left or shake it to the right, and then you can do like a different gesture. Like that's what I mean when I say like you can have tilt controls and you have motion controls and stuff like that. And in Ultimate Alliance, if you hold down X and you did it, you would like dodge in a certain way. It was Nobody played Ultimate Alliance, so I don't know why I even tried to make that reference. I feel like I said that they need to do three things. If I said three things, well then those are the only things that they really need to do. That's about it, really. I mean, there's really still an audience for this. If you look at any of the comment sections that this is like showcased, whether it's Twitter or X, whatever the fuck that is supposed to be now. And if you look at the YouTube video where PlayStation or Sony, like showcased it, a lot of people in the comment section were saying we actually wanted a PlayStation Vita version 2, not some rip off Wii U or Nintendo Switch. It's like I mean, in all honesty, I don't see the original design that PlayStation has going forward. I don't see that's sticking. I don't see it, staying around or anything like that. I feel like that they're going to change it just so that they can appease people and also like, I mean, I think this was the only reason why it was revealed to the beginning in the beginning, I should say, is simply because it was that whole lawsuit with Fair Trading Company or Commission, whatever it is. It's FTC with Xbox, and then next thing you know, like, oh, PlayStation was there as a witness, so now they have to like showcase some things or something. I think there was something happening there, or maybe I'm not sure. I don't know. Hopefully, hopefully everything gets fixed and it doesn't just come out to be like this idiotic shit or whatever. Hopefully.